In this section of the class, I am going to examine a central concept when we talk about the spoken language, the notion of genre. We will explore in depth the ways in which this theoretical construct provides the basis for the analysis that we carry out when we study and investigate the spoken language. Let me start the analysis by saying that when we talk about genre, it is necessary to mention what we mean by genre schema. Genre schema is defined as the ways in which we draw and make use of the prior knowledge of all aspects of genres, including their typical context, form, functions, lexis and grammar, which we bring to bear as we interpret written and spoken text. So, whenever we encounter genre, we bring genre schemas to a situation in order to be able to process and understand the text in question. But what is a genre? The notion of genre has been described extensively by different authors from different perspectives, from a text linguistics perspective as well as from a discourse analysis perspective. In this class, we will refer to some of the most well-known definitions of genre. As you can see in the slide, probably one of the best-known definitions was given by Swales in 1990, who said that a genre comprises a class of communicative events, the members of which share some set of communicative purposes. These purposes are recognized by the expert members of the parent discourse community, and thereby constitute a rationale for the genre. This rationale shapes the schematic structure of the discourse and influences and constrains choice of content and style. Swales' definition of genre is developed from a discourse perspective, since he is referring to the process of language production by saying that it is a class of communicative events with a schematic structure that is shared by the people in the discourse community. In this definition, he places an emphasis on the communicative purpose of the genre as one of the key components, since he says these purposes constitute the rationale for the genre. Note the term rationale. What is the meaning of rationale in this definition? It means the reasons, the principles that guide the choices in the use of a specific genre. So, in brief, Swales is saying that purposes, communicative purposes, guide the choice of content and style, and that these purposes are recognized by the members of a community who share these communicative events to convey their purposes. Another very well-known discourse analysis definition of genre is the one developed by Martin. Martin adds to the definition provided by Swales, saying that genre is a staged, goal-oriented, purposeful activity in which speakers engage as members of a culture. He continues by saying that examples of genres are staged activities such as making a dental appointment, buying vegetables, telling a story, writing an essay, applying for a job. In his definition, Martin emphasizes the social nature of genres as involved in social life, in cultural activity within societies. This notion also brings to the foreground the fact that genres are staged, that is, they constitute well-organized text with stages that are recognized and shared by the members of a discourse community. Once again, he highlights the fact that there is a clear goal, there is a purpose in the activity that is carried out by means of language use, and he explicitly refers to human activities in which specific genres are used to carry out those activities. The third definition in line with the discourse perspective of genre is the one provided by Fairclough. Fairclough defines genres as diverse ways of acting, of producing social life in the semiotic mode. In this particular description of genre, Fairclough associates genres with life in a similar fashion to the ways in which Bakhtin talked about language and the production of utterances. This definition helps us explore the ways in which social life affects genres, so that when changes take place in social life, so will happen with genres. Fairclough anticipates that genres will change in time as life and social activity change. This is definitely another very important aspect of genres, their capacity to evolve and change as human activity does. The fourth definition that we have quoted in this slide is that from Partridge. In contrast to the previous three definitions, Partridge provides a description of genre as from a text linguistics perspective. He defines a genre as a kind of text, and he goes on saying that there are spoken genres as well as written genres. The explanation provided by Partridge emphasizes the distinction there is between written and spoken genres that is key for our analysis in this course. Bax presents in his book a very clear synthesis of what linguists have said with reference to genres. He concludes that genres are guided by their purposes, in other words, by the functions which they are intended to fulfill. These purposes, he states, expressed in genres, are defined by the community which uses them, not by the individuals. They contain shared rules that must be learned and used for genres to operate. Another important conclusion he derives is that the key function of the genre governs the other features of the genre, that is, its structure, content, lexis, grammar, and so on.